make you mine. So, yeah. Back when Back when I was in high school, I wasn't in the wheelchair. I wasn't actually diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis and vascular necrosis until about 2000-ish. So back when I was in high school, I was completely healthy. Healthy despite the fact that I was the biggest loser in the entire school. I was constantly picked on by the jocks, the preps, the homie G's, even some of the punks. Until one day, fifth hour science class, I got into the biggest fight of my life. It was with the school jock, the star jock of the football team, of course, Craig. And before I knew it, he grabbed me by my hair, and by then, I should point out that I had really long hair back then. And also, I should point out again that I was not in the wheelchair at this time. Otherwise, I'm going to make this guy sound way more douchey than he actually is. So anyways, before I knew it, he grabbed me by my hair and started kicking me in the face, slammed me into the brick wall, and then threw me into one of the science tables. Then he picked me up by the collar of my shirt and asked me if I had enough. I don't know why, but I thought this was the funniest thing I've heard my entire life. So I just busted out laughing hysterically. And I have never seen someone so confused in my entire life than in that moment. And I just started beating the crap out of this guy. I don't know how I was doing it. All I know is that one of my fists was always in contact with a part of his body. And then his buddies decided to break it up because the loser was actually winning the fight. And had they not have broken it up, I would have completely destroyed the fabric of the space-time continuum. But anyways, afterwards, no one picked on me ever since. After that day, and apparently when I started laughing, my eyes grew red, and everybody in that entire school thought I was possessed by a demon. Oh, high school mentality. How glad you're no longer in my life. But don't worry, there is a point to this story. A couple of weeks ago, I saw him at a store, and he saw me, complete with wheelchair. He looked very concerned and rushed up to talk to me, and he asked, "Hey man, what happened? Are you okay?" And all of a sudden I had this surge of diabolical genius hit me. And I thought, am I that evil? But apparently I am, because without hesitation I had already started answering him before I even realized it. Yeah, hey man, it's been a long time. What happened? Oh, you mean when I'm in the wheelchair? Well, you remember that fight we got into a long time ago? The look of sheer horror on his face was classic. And I didn't bother to tell him the truth because I figured I'd let that thought linger in his mind, and so he can learn to teach his children not to do the same thing that he did, and teach his children's children, etc., etc. So, does anybody want to take a wild guess and guess the moral of the story? Wow, very enthusiastic.
Well, I guess, but I didn't hear the story. I'm sorry, I was working.
Pay attention, God. Anyway, so the moral of the story is, when you go to your high school reunion, rent a wheelchair. You will not regret a minute of it. And that's my time.